Facebook ads have changed, and what I want to do is explain to you the Facebook ads changes that you need to know about for 2026 so that you can scale your coaching business to the next level. So here's what you need to understand. The landscape of Facebook ads has changed. Here's the good news. It's never been easier to scale your ads to get to that $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 months. There's never been a better time to scale. And quite frankly, ROIs are solid. There was just recently a report put out online by one of these big marketing statistics companies, and they're saying the average ROI, return on ad spend, for advertisers using Facebook ads is 3.8, and the average is for people using Instagram ads is 4.2. Okay, that's average across all industries, e-commerce sites selling small stuff, consulting businesses, everything. So think about that for a second here. If you're spending hypothetically, what that means, let's average Instagram, Facebook together, because you can use both platforms at the same time. I do. And say 4x ROI on your ad spend. Remember, that's per month. So if you're spending $100 a day, $3,000 a month on Facebook ads, they're saying your average ROI is 4. So that's a $12,000 you should be making off your ads. Net of ad spend, 4 times 3 is 12, minus 3 is 9. That's 9,000 in profit per 3,000 in ad spend is what you should be seeing. Okay. And that's averages. I've got clients doing 8, 10 times their ad spend. So now has never been a better time. And you can obviously start small and scale up. Also, ads are running longer than ever before. We're seeing quality better than ever before. In fact, we're seeing our best return on ad spend in my history of doing this. And I've been at this since 2005 full time. So you need to understand that everything is working in your favor, and we're about to hit one of the biggest ad booms for coaches in the history of this industry, okay? But there are some major problems that you need to know about that I want to explain to you here in this video. The first one is this: major changes happened in the summer of 2025. Facebook literally ripped out all the targeting options. You used to be able to target, for example, I have a coach who does extremely well, teaches people how to play the trumpet. A lot of those interest groups were just completely ripped out. It didn't affect them though, because of the way he set his stuff up. But a lot of interest groups are gone. Targeting is gone. The second problem that's happening going in 2026 is nobody trusts coaches anymore. Your trust level with your ideal prospect is literally a negative 100, okay? It's literally somewhere around the range of like an injury lawyer or something like that. Nobody trusts coaches anymore, and we're going to talk about fixing that. The third thing is it's taking people longer to buy. In the old days, 2023, people would see your ad, go to your registration page. You'd offer them a free ebook or a free report. They'd go to the page. On that page, it'd be a video or something that says, book your free call. They'd book. They'd be on the call next day. You'd say, here's how much it is. It'd be great. Let's do it. They'd buy. That's not happening anymore. And the final issue that we're dealing with right now is organic is dying fast due to AI, okay? So what is happening with organic is reach is dropping. So if you've got 1,000 followers on any platform, the percentage of people who are seeing your posts is dropping dramatically because of the flood of AI content, all this fake content, this garbage avatars, this fake stuff. It's just flooding social media. And so the reach is continuing to drop. So we're going to talk about what we need to do to fix this going into 2026. Real quick about me. If you haven't met me yet, my name is Jason Nyback. I've invested well over $4 million into ads for my own coaching business. I've been at this since 2003. I was a pastor in Canada and in the Silicon Valley, but mainly for the most amount of time in Canada, and went full-time in 2005, helping churches, then evolved into the coaching space. And I've succeeded through every single change and coached well over 1,200 coaches through this process. So real quick, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button right now. I post a couple of videos every week talking about what's working, what we're seeing in our lab, because we coach so many people, we see so much what's going on in the industry, and I've been at this a really, really long time. So I want to give you lots of really cool value. It's all free. You just hit that subscribe button somewhere around this video. All right, so let's talk real quick about the big picture problem that we have to solve in 2026 is this. You are only seeing what the algorithm wants you to see, okay? And this is what's blinding most coaches. When you go on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you go, and you start clicking on things, they start showing you more of the same thing. So you never get a clear picture about what's happening regarding scaling your coaching business. What I mean by that is this. You're only seeing kind of what's in front of you. So what I mean by that is this. If you go buy a house and your real estate agent takes you into an area, you can see, is that area getting better? Is that area getting worse? Is it so scary I should not get out of the car? Oh my gosh, like this is crazy. No wonder this house is like half the price of every other house, but it's like twice as big. The area is terrible. And this is what you can't see online. You can't like have this sort of big picture view and be like, okay, here's what's happened in the industry. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what I need to do based on that. You can't do that. If you're a real estate investor, that's like a core part of what you do, right? But you can't do that online. And so what I want to do is do it for you right now so that you can get that big picture. Because look, like I said, I've been at this since '03, long before Facebook even started. And so I kind of figured out what's going on and I can know what's happening because I've evolved through every change in this whole industry and have been on top of it all. And it's because I could see what's happening so I can tell what's going to happen. And if basically, if you know, you can just see the more things change, the more things stay the same. So let's talk about this. 3 shifts that you need to be prepared for what's happening in 2026 with Facebook ads. The first one is all targeting is gone. Okay. There's still a little bit left, but it's gone. So what is the new targeting? If you're not running ads, first of all, why are you not? Right? Like I just explained to you, the average ROI combined Instagram, Facebook's around 4 per month, right? Because you spend the money, you get the money every month type thing. So like, why are you putting your money in a index fund that gets you 10% per year when you can put 1,000, 2, 3, 4, whatever, 5, 10,000 a month and multiply that monthly? Okay. So clearly you should, but targeting is gone. All right. It ain't coming back. All right. Because Facebook figures they have enough data on who you're trying to reach that they don't need to give you targeting options. Now, this is both good. This is bad. If you're using Advantage Plus, get rid of it. Do not use it. It's the worst thing you can do if you're under $100 a day in ad spend. And so the secret right now and the shift that you need to understand is everything is about messaging. Messaging is your new targeting because what happens is this. You have your audience over here. You have your ad. And then the third thing is you have your conversion pixel. Okay. So you have these 3 things, right? And so what's going to happen is your ad is targeting successful women making 6 figures a year who are trying to lose 30 plus pounds. It's just an example, right? Because it's something we can all understand, right? So then that messaging goes into your audience now, but remember, it's only going to ever go into about 1% or less of your audience. So that's why your messaging on your ad and your image is exactly what is using for the targeting. So then Facebook's going to go in and find the people who look like those people. They're going to register, and that conversion pixel, that piece of AI code that's on your confirmation page for your webinar or whatever it is you've got, your school community or whatever, is going to feed that data back to your audience, and then Facebook, Instagram's going to show more of your show your ad to more people who look like the people who are registering. So it's this like feedback loop that's a closed circuit feedback loop. And the problem is if you keep getting garbage quality leads, Facebook's going to go back into your audience to find more garbage quality leads. And the way you can tell that is what's a number in your ad account called frequency. And what's happening is if your frequency's over about 1.5, what that's saying is that Facebook has locked into a super small segment of your audience, and now they're showing your ad to the same people again and again and again because they think you want more people who look like the people who are doing this. So this theory out there that all these gurus are saying, like, let your ads run longer. If it's not working yet, just let it running. Eventually it'll work and you'll just magically get qualified people. That doesn't work, because the more information you give Facebook of who's registering, the more they take that data and put it back into your audience to find more of those people. So by letting your ads run longer, the only thing you're doing is simply giving Facebook more data to find more of the people who look like the people who are registering, and then they just keep going further into that audience, and you can't fix it. Okay? So remember, messaging is everything going into 2026. Okay. So your ad copy and the image you use is going to determine the quality level of people you reach. And I have training on that in my Skool community and my core training in section 2 on the mini celebrity status on how to, ads that attract the rich, and you can see it in there if you haven't already, if you're not in our Skool community. And you can click the link and join. It's free. So that's what you need to be doing, okay? The second thing you need to understand about Facebook ads is this. AI-generated content is forcing more coaches to ads, okay? And this is a big deal. I'm going to show you what to watch here. But what you need to realize is, because reach, the percentage of people who are seeing your Facebook or Instagram posts or LinkedIn posts or whatever, is dropping so fast that coaches who used to scale, maybe you're making 10, 20, 30 grand a month on organic, you're working 5, 10 times harder just to maintain, you're just treading water, okay? I don't know anybody other than super high level influencers who are actually growing from organic. It's very rare right now because of the fact that there's such a tsunami or whatever it's called of garbage content coming on the platform that the AI is having trouble sorting it out. It's just overwhelming the platform. And so they're not showing your posts to your ideal clients anymore. Also, you have people like Alex Hormozy and stuff like that, who these Gary Vaynerchuk and all these big influencers in your market are producing between 20, 30, 40, 50 posts a day. Okay. Some of these big influencers in your market, the super big ones, have teams spending hundreds of thousands a month. You cannot compete on organic unless you're at that level. So you have to scale with ads. And the problem is ads are getting overwhelmed. So pricing is increasing on these ads. So that's why the smart, savvy coaches are getting in now and are understanding that everything is about messaging and the targeting. Okay. Now, the third thing that's shifting in 2026 that you need to understand and be aware of is that the buyer cycle has shifted. This is super important. This is one of the biggest reasons coaches fail at ads or not get the ROIs that you want. If you want to start hitting those $20,000 to $50,000 months, you got to pay attention here. The vast majority of coaches I talk to that I see their ad accounts and stuff like that, what they're doing is they're optimizing for the first 30 minutes to 1 hour of the funnel. Okay. Big mistake. It's not going to work in 2026. That worked from 2013 to 2023. So here's what I mean. Every coach that I've seen is what they're doing is they're trying to get a click. Somebody click on their ad, right? Then to get somebody to give an email address, then go to a page that somehow gets them to book a call in some capacity. Whether that's a video, webinar, ebook, something, download something, book a call, watch this, book a call, this, that, book a call, book call, book call, book call. And what's happening is the percentage of people who are booking calls and buying within the first, say, 12 hour or first hour is crashing. Okay. And the majority of the sales are going to start coming off the back end. Let me give you an example of this. I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk to you about how to fix it. But here's what we saw. Okay. The boom, the record amount of effectiveness of the funnel was 2022. Okay. You couldn't do anything wrong. If you literally could put up a ClickFunnels page, a video of anything, people were buying everything because we were still in the boom from 2020 where everybody shows up online. The whole world shuts down. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, this online world's amazing and all this kind of stuff. Right. And so everything worked. And so what happened was when that all happened, what the buyer cycle, our average buyer cycle was about 3 to 4 days. Somebody would register for our stuff on a Monday, watch it, book a call, and then have that call on a Tuesday, and they would buy our coaching. Okay. And that was normal. And that was about 90% of the people who bought came from that little bit of funnel, right? Then about 10% of the buyers came from the email follow-ups within about a week. So combined, the average is about 4 to 5 days. Let's just say 5 days. On average, we knew that if we spent $1, we were going to get that back and a whole lot more within 5 days. Okay. Now, what's happening now for us, and I'll tell you, we're and I'm really good at this, is it's gone to about 35 days, okay, to 40. So it's what's 5 times 8? That's 40, right? So right, somewhere between 7 to 8 times. So it's increased by 7 to 8x. All right. So what does that mean for you? What this means is that you cannot profitably at scale run a funnel model that relies heavily on people buying within the first 45 minutes of them getting to know you or booking a call or anything like that. Here's why. Email is not effective anymore. Email's law of diminishing returns, right? Email's good. It's always going to be good. It's your asset. You own that list. But it's harder and harder when there's 50 million coaches in your market pounding your ideal client with emails, okay? So it's losing its effectiveness. That's why you need to use the ecosystem, all right? That's why we use what we call the mini celebrity status ecosystem. What it does is it retains the energy and gets the people to want to work with you, and it's focused on lead efficiency versus lead volume, because the funnel model worked when 2 things happened. Number 1, ads were super cheap, and number 2, conversions were really high. Percentage of people registering, buying, all that kind of stuff, right? And so when you have cheap clicks and tons of people buying, you can just drive as much traffic from ads or LinkedIn or organic or whatever into this funnel. Who cares if 95% of people didn't buy? You're making a fortune off this thing. It's done. It's over. It died. It's dead. If you still think you can do that, you are going to watch your business completely fall apart in 2026. And that is the single biggest reason why it doesn't work. So what do? Well, the smart, savvy coaches are scaling with ecosystem. So the way the ecosystem works is we get them into our long form stuff. Sometimes a webinar, whatever it is, we then hook them into Skool or whatever. Now, Skool's not a community. Okay. They call it a Skool community. There's no community about it. It's a place where we house our content to help people understand what's going on. Then we cycle them to email. Then we can cycle them into into short form content, then onto a sales call. And the system it's a closed circuit system. But here's what you got to understand. The system is now changed to the job of your ecosystem is to shift your ideal clients' belief systems in 2 ways. Number 1, we have to shift the unbelieving belief systems that they have because they're not buying. And then we need to shift their believer belief systems to get them to understand why they should buy from you, build this trust and get them to buy. And that's why the ecosystem does this way better than a clunky old funnel that is focused on the first 45 minutes of that relationship. Are you still going to get sales within the people booking calls and stuff? Absolutely quick. Yeah, within the first 45 minutes. But the ecosystem retains the energy. It creates trust. And it gets people to want to buy faster than the old funnel model where you just pound them with emails and hope they buy and go from there. Then we hook in the mini celebrity status ads. And what that does is we run these little $1 a day, $2, $3 a day ads to everybody who hasn't registered, who has registered, who's watched your long form stuff, who's watched your short form stuff, who's on your email list and hasn't bought. And we run these $1 and $2 and $3 a day ads to these people. And what it does is it shifts their belief system, gets you seen as the only option, builds your trust up to where you have that, in a sense, celebrity status. And they go, oh my gosh, how do I work with you? So when they book a call with you, they are there to buy. They're there to be like, how much is it? How does it work? How do I start? Okay. And that's a totally different conversation than most coaches are having. And their people prospects are like, sorry, who are you? Yeah, you booked a call with me. Oh, I did? I can't remember. Well, yeah, you watched my 30-second video and then booked a call. Oh, okay. Yeah. You know, I book in calls all the time. Okay. So what's your program? Oh, well, I can help you lose weight, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. I got to think about it. Okay. We'll follow up. And they ghost you, right? That sucks. So you need to fix that. So these are the three things that you need to understand are the changes happening within Facebook ads going into 2026. The good news is if you make these changes, you're on the front end of a massive wave. The last wave went from 2012 till 2023, and that was the funnel model. And now the ecosystem model is taking shape, and you have time, and now's the time to get in before all these other coaches figure this thing out so you can establish your authority, build the ecosystem, get it going so it starts compounding, and then it gives you a run for the next number of years so that you can start hitting those $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 months, build this thing so that you're working with the best type of coaching clients only, getting more pay-in-fulls, only working with cool people, the best types of prospects, and build the life you want. Because again, this isn't that complicated if you do it right. So that's what I need you to do. Now, here's what I have for you. If you want our help, we want to give you a 15-minute free, no sales call, mini celebrity status ads ecosystem call. You click the link in the description below, book a call with us. It's 15 minutes. And because you're in our Skool community, we're just going to work with you and map this out. What does the mini celebrity status ecosystem look like for you? Because it's completely customized to your situation, which platforms you're using, what you're doing. And we're going to map this whole thing out for you so that you can have a plan going forward into 2026 to scale your coaching business and build this thing so you don't have to worry about like completely getting all these people out of this first 45 minutes of like some sales funnel thing that's not going to work on ads anymore. And I'm going to show you what's working, what prices are working, what numbers you need to know, how to do it. There's nothing for sale. It's a 15-minute call. So that's why there's nothing for sale. Can't really sell you anything in 15 minutes, right? So book the link, click the link below, book that call. And what we're going to do is help you do this so that you don't have to figure it out yourself. The worst part of this coaching space is you're all alone. You just sit and figure things out and look at stuff and hope and try and reverse engineer stuff. Wonder, how do I scale? How do I take this to the next level? How do I make an extra 20 grand a month? How's that person making 50 grand a month? Why is it not working for me? I'm a better coach than they are. Why am I not getting better clients? Why is this not working? And we're going to put this all together for you. We've done hundreds and hundreds of these calls, and everybody loves them as far as I know. And then we're going to work with you on this, give you the plan. Plus we're going to unlock some valuable training that's normally only available for our high ticket clients in our Skool community to help you even more. So book this call. It's going to be a great way to get started because you got to remember, as of this recording, it's December 11th. The cheapest time to run ads on Facebook is January, February, and March. It's the best time to establish yourself and start scaling. And the reason why it's cheap is because what happens is the advertisers for the Christmas holiday, rush, the people running those big e-commerce sites and stuff like that, they've pulled their stuff off the ads. All the major brand advertisers and stuff, their winter ads and stuff are coming down now, and everybody's kind of retooling for the spring. And so January, February, March, ad costs definitely drop. So you're coming in at the best time to scale your coaching business, to get this thing to the next level, to take advantage of what is happening with the new coaching boom of the ecosystem. You know what happened with the sales funnel. I can promise you this. If you could have started all over again and go back in time, you'd go back to about 2012. And if you knew how profitable ads would have been, how cheap they are, all this stuff was working, you would have built a sales funnel and you would have found every dollar human humanly possible, and you would have plowed it into that thing, and you would have scaled your business and made potentially millions and millions of dollars. Hopefully, maybe you just screwed the whole thing up. I don't know. I don't know you. This is a video, right? But that's what I'm saying is if you could go back, that's what you would have done. Now, going forward, you need to have the same mindset and be like, look, this thing's going to scale. It's time for me to step on to the gas pedal and get this thing going to take advantage of the next really good run in the coaching space with the ecosystem model. All right, click that link, book a call, start scaling your ads for 2026, and it's going to hopefully be the best year of your business. You're going to help a ton of people and make a lot of money. Take care.